everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace dropping in on you. This is a little later than we normally drop in as far as what I do with the Visionetics Institute and other uh, services I offer. But I want to stop by and talk to you about something that's just really flowing through my mind. I'm sitting here and I'm in the office and I'm working on a number of different things. And as I move through it and I look at it and I measure it, and I constantly evaluate myself over the course of the day to see if I'm giving my all, to ask myself, is there something I could be doing different, something I should be doing better? And how can I do it better? I'm always challenging myself. And then I'm looking at it and I'm saying, am I, most importantly, maximizing my time? Am I optimizing my time for the day? I know that I have a limited amount of time every day. That never changes. What I have for that day is all that I have for that day. And I need to make sure I use it wisely. And I'm sitting up there and I'm thinking, how many people out there make one of the greatest mistakes that a person can make? What is that mistake? To make the assumption that they have more time. It's a bunch of people out there that will never achieve what they set out to achieve because they keep thinking they have more time. There are a bunch of people who have taken their gift and their purpose and their potential to the grave because they thought they had more time. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what the great Dr. Miles Monroe once said, and I've heard Les Brown often repeat it, is that the graveyard is the most wealthiest place on the planet. Why? Because you'll find books not written, businesses not started, investments not made, and inventions not created, and so many other things that really would have exploded a person into the stratosphere of their purpose, but they didn't engage it. They didn't take action. They procrastinated on it. They put it off. They waited for the perfect timing. They sit up and they meandered through the maze of mediocrity. They danced through the day and moved and took everything slow and easy going, but they never really truly understood the urgency of the moment. See, the one thing that, to me, most people say that understand the concept of time, say it's the most valuable asset that you'll ever have. I think it's the second most valuable asset. I think your mind is the most valuable asset you have, because if you unleash your mind, nothing's impossible. But next to that is time, and time is not next to that is time, but time is not only an asset, it's an enemy. And you say, well, how can it be an asset? Time is an asset because it's valuable. It's an enemy because it's relentless. It's an enemy because time doesn't stop for you. Time does not give a darn about your excuses. Time is not going to give you a break. Time is going to keep moving, and time is going to keep subtracting from the amount of it that you have to do the things that you were put on this earth to do. And the problem with most people is they keep thinking they got unlimited amounts of it. And the truth is, you don't know. I tell my wife I love her a lot. And you probably, what they got to do with it? I'm going to tell you why. I tell my wife I love her a lot. I wake up in the morning, I say, I love you. When I get in my truck and I leave for the office in the morning, I text her and say, hey, I'm pulling out. I love you. When I make it to the office, I say, I made it. I text, I made it. I love you. Whenever I talk to her, I say, I love you. Whenever we leave and go different directions, I love you. And she said, I know you love me. And I appreciate you telling me, but you tell me so much. And I said, because one day I'll no longer be able to say it. One day the I love yous will stop. And so every opportunity that I have, I want to say it. And they don't always come when I'm happy and we're on the best of terms. Sometimes I'm frustrated, but they never stop. Why? Because I understand the value of the time I have with her, and none of it is guaranteed. I'm not guaranteed to see tomorrow, and the truth is, neither is she. And so you take those moments and you value them. Same thing with your purpose, the same thing with your vision, the same thing with your dream. You've got to wake up and realize that nothing is promised to you. Nothing is guaranteed. No, especially when it comes to time. You're going to have to get up. You're going to have to make something happen. Unfortunately, most people are sitting up and just letting it pass by. 86,400 seconds. Never going to change. That's what you're going to get every day. You're going to use a vast majority of it sleeping. So then what you do with the part that's left? You're going to want to spend some time and cultivate relationships in your family, your wife, your children, your siblings, your friends, your loved ones, your business relationships. But then what are you doing with that other part? That's the part where you're going to determine whether you're going to be average or whether you're going to be exceptional, extraordinary, phenomenal. It's going to be in that time where most people are coasting, where most people are just doing enough to get by. That's when you plant your seeds, you pick up and you start to invest in yourself. You start to execute with effort, execute with passion, execute with consistency. But I'm telling you something, if you don't understand the importance of waking up and making something happen. See, the one thing that is not allowed in my house, in my circle, and with myself, most importantly, excuses. If it didn't get done, it didn't get done. I don't care why it didn't get done. Fix it. And that's the way it is. I don't have excuses. I'm not, kids get up some morning like, I don't want to go to school. I say, like, I go to work, you got to go to school. It's that simple. You go to work every day. Darn right. You're going to school every day. My kids literally lose their mind when I tell them I completed school without missing a day. I got perfect attendance every year. And they go, who in the world does? Somebody that actually saw something in it. Somebody that actually woke up. And no, the school system isn't perfect. No, everything I went through in school wasn't perfect, but I saw something. I looked at what was outside in the streets of my community, and I saw two ways out at the time, my mind and my body. And I worked both of them to the max. And they both contributed. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is you can't sit up and think you have all this time. The truth is you don't. The truth is that every day brings you closer to a date with destiny, where you're going to have to give an account of what you did with the life you were given. Will you be leaving a legacy that says you came, you saw, you conquered? Or will your legacy say just passed through? That's the question. I want you to really, really, really think about that. And before I go, I want to remind everybody, if you have not signed up for Epic Realm, which is a community that I created for high achievers and those who are aspiring high achievers, people who know they want to do something better with their lives. They want to take their lives to the next level. And those who are at the next level and want to go to a higher level and want to be a part of inspiring those who are coming behind them. This community is designed to create a space of positivity, a space of inspiration, a space of encouragement. Also, this is where you're going to put all your ideas on the table, and you're going to have brainstorms with people who have done it before, with people who will pour into you. This is where you come after you've lit yourself on fire to have your fans flamed. This community is off the chain. We had our first Q&A session this past Saturday. I can't wait until this coming Saturday to have another. We have a Q&A session every Saturday where we're going to sit up and we're going to talk about what's on your mind, what's troubling you, what's going through. You're going to get the Q&A session. You're going to get free lessons on how to start a business, how to write a business plan, how to do market analysis, how to understand different elements and components of finance, understanding investment, understanding savings, understand diversity in financial investment, a whole bunch of things. We're going to do all of this as a part of the membership. You're going to get 20% off any program or service I offer. You're going to get 20% off of that as a member. This membership is an annual membership. Let me tell you something. The one thing that I think is important that most people don't get is the importance of who's in your circle. A bunch of people don't get that. They are aspiring to do something different, but they're still connected to people who have no ambition, no aspirations, no faith. And these people are going to impose their behavior, their ideas, their thoughts upon you. You're going to be the average of the people you spend the most time around, specifically the 5 people you spend the most time around. You're going to be the average of that person. That's why creating a circle is so important. My teacher used to always say, Association brings about assimilation. Euripides, who the Apostle Paul quoted in the book of Corinthians, uh, in one of his letters to the church of Corinth, in Corinth, Euripides says, "Do not be deceived. Good company. I mean, do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. Evil company corrupts good habits." But here's the flip side of that: good company inspires good habits and reinforces good habits. It's about being around people who are headed where you're going. It's about being around like-minded people. It's about being in an environment. And see, that's something you have to construct. You have to purposely create your circle. You have to find the right people who are the right fit. You need a mentor. You need a model. You need somebody who will encourage you. You need a confidant. You need an accountability partner. You need some people that you can pour into, because that brings the balance in the circle of the law of reciprocity. And all of these things need to take place. And what I decided was I was going to help people build their circle by creating a network of nothing but people who want to win. We're not having naysayers. We're not having people who are going to sit up and whine and complain. We're not going to have those people who are professional regurgitators of why businesses fail. Yes, businesses fail. People are going to have situations where things aren't going to go the way you go. That's life. I'm telling you, I've had some unbelievable moments in my life, but I've also had some very difficult times, because that's life. You don't escape that. You don't get away from it. What you do is learn how to overcome it. How do you overcome it? You get around people who have already overcome it. You get around people who believe in you enough to speak into you, even sometimes when you don't have the energy to speak into yourself. You find people who are willing to walk alongside of you and hold you up and gird you up sometimes when you just feel like folding. You need some people who are going to fan your flames, but you need people who are going to also hold you accountable. I just got through telling you, time waits on no one. Your time is wasting. Why? You don't have time to go another year talking about what you want to do. You better make 2022 a year that you are doing it. This is 22. No more. This is the year I'm going to get in shape. No more. This is the year I'm going to start my business. No more. This is the year I'm going to get my finances in order. No, do it. Don't talk about it. Start planning it. Start taking steps. Get around people who have done it before. If you don't know how to do it, find people who do. You got to learn how to talk to yourself. You need to be around people who are successful to find out how successful people talk. They talk different than people who haven't achieved any level of success. You need to get around people who understand and know how to make money, to find out how they talk and to find out how they think. They think differently than people who have never made money. People ask me, what are some of the things that make you different when it comes to how you move as an entrepreneur? I say I check my opportunities differently. A person that has not experienced success in an area of entrepreneurship in the area of high income earning or generating high end revenue, they think differently. See, the person who hasn't been there thinks, how much am I going to make? Any type of offer or opportunity is how much they're going to make. Me, it's how much is it going to cost me? Because see, I'm the one that's going to ultimately have to pay the price. I want to know how much it's going to cost me. And then I look at the value of how much it's going to cost me versus how much it could possibly bring me. But if I don't ask the question of how much it's going to cost me, I may look at that and say, man, I definitely need that right now. This is the time I really need it. I really need it right now. And then I make a move and it turns out to be a distraction from something greater. So that's what I want you to do. If you have not joined, click that link, sign up. And this is what I'm going to do. If you join today, I am going to give you a free rapid change breakthrough session. That is a $350 value. I'm going to give it to you. That means you will have already got 3 times the value of the membership and then all the benefits of the membership. On that note, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. As I always say, I live my life on full so that I die on E. On that note, I am out of here.